We're moving to our next section. It deals with healing, which is really restoration. The idea of restoration is to put things back to their original and intended order. You hear this word used when talking about artifacts, art, old cars, and many have restored these things like old cars to their pristine original, just like it came off the floor room, 100 years ago. In the same way, God intends to do this with you. He wants to bring you back to His intended state. See, you were designed by God to be perfect. There was no intention of sin and separation. There was no intention of disease and poverty or conflict. There was no intention of death or hell. But outside Christ, you are under a curse, and this led to separation from God. You did not have access to His gifts or eternal life. You were His enemy. You were living out of relationship with Him and destined for destruction. Now, Jesus intends to restore you, but He wants to make you not just better, but new. And He will accomplish this finally when you meet Him. But there's still a lot of work that Jesus wants to do right now. You will be restored to right standing with God. You will be transformed to be like Him in nature. And there's also healing and a healing process. You may be a Christian, and that's great, but His work is not done. This work of restoration is certainly His gift to you, but it does require your participation. And this is what we will focus on in this section of healing. This healing is the continuation or the carrying out or the fulfillment of salvation. He's drawing you into this new freedom. Now, even though you are saved, you still have a few or a lot of hang-ups that interfere with wholeness in faith. Now, He intends you to be free, completely free. John 8:36 says, "So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." There are a few things Jesus needs to clean up with your cooperation. These are various thoughts and life principles that you have. These are ideas and philosophies, or better said, truths you live by and ways you think. These barriers are very deep and are part of your operating system, your motherboard of who you are. This affects how you understand and feel about God, religion, life, and yourself. These were given to you by culture and family and religion and trauma and activities counter to God's truth. You may be saved, but it will take some work in cooperation with the Spirit of God and His Word to find, destroy, and replace these conflicts you have with truth. You've been given the tools for restoration. These are actually more like weapons. You will demolish these strongholds by them, these weapons that He gives you. 2 Corinthians 10:4 says, "The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they are divine power to demolish strongholds." Now, a stronghold, by definition, Merriam-Webster dictionary, is as follows: a protected place where the members of a military group stay and can defend themselves against attacks. Get this? A stronghold. A protected place where the members of a military group stay and can defend themselves against attack. So this means there are areas in your life dug in and protected. These are lies and are surrounded and fortified by enemies to protect this deceit. They will not leave easily, but you have weapons, divine power. Sounds like a war, but thanks to God, He has given you what you need to destroy them. Jesus said, quote, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Also, He said this about Himself: "The Spirit of God is on me, because He has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free. Hear that? To set the oppressed free. That's you and me. Outside of Christ, we are the oppressed. He comes to set us free. He will proclaim freedom and set the captives free. The truth will set you free, and He will release you from captivity. He has said so. And this will empower you to push and exert and excel in this new liberation. Be excited that your current state is not permanent. You are, and those fears and hang-ups will be destroyed. How you are, your fears and hang-ups will be destroyed. You may realize you have a problem. You have come to Christ, but still have some hang-ups, and there are some you may not be aware of. You should ask, if this is true, then why am I still stuck in these traps? Why am I not living in freedom? Those are great questions that will propel us to the next step. It is that up until now, you were unaware of His intentions and the weapons you possess. Now, this should lead you to hunger to learn and apply His healing power. As you do, you shall be set free. In this series, I will show you how to recognize these lies. I will teach you about the enemy and how to overcome him. Then I will show you how to value and guard your faith. Also, I will show you how to live in the truth and exercise the truth of Jesus. By this, you'll be set free from continuous bondage. You will take every thought captive. Lastly, you will learn how to set others free. This will make you a powerful minister of God. I would like you to apply these truths to memory. There are two scriptures, 2 Corinthians 10:4. The weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds.